Just your thoughts looking back at the first half and where you guys sit and heading into the break here?
Yeah, no, I think we're pretty pleased as far as what we've accomplished so far. Kind of under circumstances with a new group, and I think everybody's dealing with COVID and flu and everything like that. But I think good end of the first half, but now we're kind of moving past that. This week was finals week, so a lot of guys had their minds on finishing up strong academically here, and we've had a few practices, and then we'll dismiss our guys. But I think the biggest message for us is we had a good start, but it's halfway through the season, and our ultimate goal is to be where we're at the end of the season. And I think we have to make sure that we keep getting better and building our group and getting some guys back in our lineup here to give us a chance to keep going here. And again, like I said, I really like our group and what we've done, but again, no complacency and making sure that we keep our foot on the gas.
Talked about a lot of teams going through COVID and flu right now in this season, obviously the NHL and the NFL. Will you guys take this time, have you, or will you chat with your players about getting a booster here in the
Yeah.
3 weeks here?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things, Brad, that go into it. It is, giving them the information of why. That's probably a good idea. The other part is too of, everybody getting dismissed and going home with their families and then being around, I guess, people outside of our group now. And we like to think that when they were here, we kind of had more of a controlled setting. But now, when you're going away and getting dismissed for a few days, you probably encounter some situations where you're around other people than normally have been around. So I think just being conscious of kind of knowing to that, especially with the flu where it is right now and then COVID with the variant getting spiked like this is making sure you make good choices on trying to keep it in small groups or with your family. I know that being with your family is a big deal at Christmas time, but just being smart about, making the right choices of not being high risk in certain situations.
Your thoughts on Sanderson and Clevin both officially making the roster now?
Yeah, that's it's outstanding, and obviously they made it last year and had very good success there and played key roles in the team. And for us, having those guys as an experienced guys going back there and having an opportunity to play for your country, that's something that I think every young player strives to do, whether it's World Junior or Olympics, whatever that is, wearing your national team sweater. But we always talk about World Junior players going and getting that experience and always getting better players back. You always kind of hold your breath a little bit because they're gone from your group and you don't really have control over the situation. But when they do come back, we feel that the experience they gain and you get a very, very good player and a better player back. So we're hoping that happens again.
Has USA Hockey talked to you at all about the I know the Olympics
Yeah.
are kind of in the balance right now, whether NHL guys will go. Have they talked about potentially trying to take one of your guys?
I think with COVID and what's happening now, and things are changing rapidly every single day on protocols and different things like that, that I think we're going to have to wait and see here. But be prepared on those situations that you just talked about. I know I talked to a friend of mine that's coaching in the NHL, and he said on the Canadian side, there's a contingency plan of having some players that play in Europe already as a team that might go compete in the Olympics if the NHL Canadian players don't play. Guys like Che Genoway and some of those players that are going to play in the Vestiaire or the Spengler Cup or whatever, they'll be ready to represent Canada. So, there'll be a majority of players playing in Europe that would take up those spots. But you always wonder if Jake Sanderson or Tyler Clevin get tapped on the shoulder if there is a possibility of that. So, I hope the NHL guys get to play, but there's a lot of things going into it, and I think we just got to make sure that we just stay current and go day to day here and just kind of get a read on what goes on.
Through the first half of the season, how did a guy like Brent Johnson handle it? He didn't get in a whole lot, but I know he's a guy you guys are pretty high on.
Yeah, very high on him. And, I just go back to past history of players that came through our program that had similar, I guess, experiences early on as Brent Johnson. I go to Matt Kerstead. He hurt his knee. We had surgery last year in Chicago Steel. didn't get to work out and train a lot in the summer, and he was behind a little bit coming in, and it was tough on him the first year, especially the first half of the year, getting in the lineup and playing the minutes that he wanted to, but he stayed with it. And then I go to Cooper Moore, same thing last year, guy that's been kind of the guy everywhere in prep hockey and junior hockey, and then comes in with experienced decor last year and just earned his way and was patient. And it's the same with Brent Johnson. And I know there's frustration and there's anxiety a little bit and different things like that, but just having a pass with some of two very good players that have been through our group here, that he's going to come out the other side the same way. And I think that you have to have trust in what we do, and he does, and he's working extremely hard. And we have a very high ceiling for him as far as what he can do here in the future for us.
What are fans going to see from him when he gets going?
Yeah, I think it's a situation where he's very confident with the puck. He knows the next play. He's very competitive. It's a situation where he's got some high-end ability in his game, and I think one thing right now, once he gets acclimated to the pace and the heaviness of our league, I think it's he'll be well on his way. But like I said, it takes a little time for everybody. Everybody's a little bit different on their acclimation into the NCHC, and for him, it's been probably not as much opportunity as he wanted, at the beginning. But guess what? Against USA Hockey and against Cornell, he's going to be playing. And again, hopefully he can get a good body work under him to get a good second half start to it.